Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where we are still in Elpis, still accompanying Hermes, and they reached a consensus regarding some creature? Anyway, a prodigal familiar returns and after causing all manner of trouble while we were in our meeting, I'm sure. Were you able to get some rest? Please, do not hesitate to let us know if you're feeling tired. I worry we might exhaust your scarce reserves of airfare. I'm glad Hermes saw the flowers. Thank you, Desiree. It will help, I hope. Today will be difficult for him. An all too brief interlude, perhaps, but it's time I attend to my next task. As MSQ and Hyflodeus are aware, we reached a verdict regarding the fate of the lykaones. 7 were created for observation. And all 7 must be unmade. Dawes has followed the correct protocols, and as Chief Overseer, I can find no fault in his judgment. The lykaones would disrupt the natural order, ravaging and consuming other species until they themselves starve and perish. They cannot be released into the wild, and they cannot be allowed to remain here in Elpis. I intend to petition the Bureau of the Architect to have a concept preserved as a restricted purpose hazardous life form. Hyflodeus has pledged to support me in this endeavor. Yet whatever Bureau decides, the existing lykaones have served their purpose. Dawes has already isolated the creatures and is preparing to carry out the necessary measures. I will join him forthwith. It's my duty to witness the conclusion of the study. If you are resolved, then we have but to accompany you. Of course, let us be off then. We return to the main site. Off screen I did the quest for Hypotoi, who let us accompany a Gallicat on a little bout of fun. Nothing special, really. Unless you're a Gallicat freak. Dawes? Dawes, are you hurt? What happened here? They caught me off guard. I've been bound with ethereal shackles, but they became frenzied, even more so than usual, and broke free. I was able to stop 4, the other 3 escaped. I see them. 2 have taken to the air above the 12 wonders. The last one is up ahead, lurking the fields. You and Desiree handle that one. The pair in the sky, you can leave to me. If this is how it must end, then so be it. I will render assistance to MSQ, unneeded though it is. Meteon, you are to stay here with Dawes. But Hermes... The lykaones must be reverted. I would spare you their pain. And mine. This is my burden, not yours. But if you are intent on helping, then please, follow my lead. Stay with Hermes, Desiree. You will need someone when the time comes. These bastards can fly. I appreciate your help and lament that it's necessary. That is our quarry. Within striking distance of presence, but if it feels threatened, it may well flee beyond our reach. Here's my plan. You will approach slowly, in full view, and draw the lykaones' attention. Now I warn you, its abilities are as fiery as its temperament. Once it spots you, it will unleash orbs of flame. But fear not, by my measure you are more than equal to the task. Withstand the onslaught for a few brief moments, and that will give me time to catch it unawares. Ready? Then let us begin. The destination is here.
Now! Oh. Forgive me. Please, forgive me. May you and your kin find peace. Wherever your souls may drift in the underworld, may you find tranquil seas. Be not forgotten, in concept endure, to reclaim form and one day live again. Serve not the star, or any purpose save your own. Live again, if that be your desire. Hate, if that be your want. We are worthy. But leave your suffering behind. Lay down your burdens, be born anew. Fly high. Fly free.
Join the convocation, Hermes. You do not belong here.
Leave to replace another. To be replaced. It changes nothing. Tell me, do you think it right that we sacrifice all these lives for the sake of the star? And when the star has reached perfection, what then? If all who are satisfied choose to die, shall we all die in satisfaction? I do not know. Were I to take up the seat of Van Daniel, it would be tantamount to approving my predecessor's death. I do not know if it is right. And to be torn by such thoughts, I do not know if I am fit to represent mankind.
Hermes! Please don't be angry. It hurts so.
Forgive me. If you would still consider me in spite of everything, I beg some time to gather my thoughts. Meanwhile, Hythlodaeus, I fear I must trouble you to attend to the others.
'Tis no trouble at all. Take as long as you require.
And you, my friend, I pray you find that which you seek.
I expect we have some few matters to discuss. Shall we return to the 12 Wonders for a time?
Aye.
It has been an exciting visit for you, Vasva. Oh, you went injured, were you? Good, good. The other lykaones have been taken care of. The incident resolved and life in Elpis continues as normal. Or ends, as the case may be. Rationally speaking, I understand Hermes' argument. No matter how well deserved the rest, there is a pang of sadness when a colleague leaves us. Yet never has a departure caused me such grief as Hermes appears to feel. What must it be like to experience such torment? I don't know what answer he's searching for, or if it is within our power to give it, but I believe he would make a fine from Daniel, and that, if he rejects us out of hand, we will all be lesser for it. Travelers at the crossroads. Where to now? If there is anywhere you would like to visit before we leave, I should be glad to show you the way. Hermes has not yet outright refused his position with a convocation, merely postponed the decision. As such, I may as well resume my assessment. If we cannot accompany him, then I will content myself with questioning his colleagues. Ever a pragmatist, then allow me to remain your humble guide. What of you, Desiree? Will you continue along with us? Wonderful. Our fellowship travels on unbroken. I say we explore another part of Elpis and see what new encounters there are to be had. If you'll follow me, we will first head back towards Anagnosis. Didn't we part ways with Hermes not far from here? Given the size of Elpis, I expect our paths will cross again before long. From here, we follow the path northwards to Notoneos. There we will find one of the nails which facilitate travel between the islands of Elpis. First-time travelers must be accompanied by someone with a requisite permission, which I have previously been granted. We only need use the device together once, and henceforth you will have leave to use it freely. Shall we? Unless the need is pressing, I wouldn't be tracking Hermes with my inferior sight. 'Tis poor manners to spy on someone's comings and goings in such a fashion, so don't ask. Social conventions notwithstanding, perceiving Aether requires deliberate and intense concentration, and we otherwise keep our eyes on the corporeal world. Here we are, Notonius. This news will take us to Kalimelios Zephyros, the western island. That's right there, looming large above us. Step this way and we can soon admire the view from above.
I present to you Kalimelios Zephyros. Here you will find a number of testing facilities, as well as the observation hub of Poiton Oikos. Right then. Let's begin by... Well, well, an Arrhaeus. How delightful.
And what, pray tell, is that?
Ah, that's a new species of shark. We approved the concept but a few days ago. Sharks are among the most popular sea creatures. Rare is the day when someone does not submit a new concept. At first, they were largely orthodox, consideration given to such things as size and environmental impact. And then a whimsical someone thought to bestow it with flight, another superior intelligence. And then the floodgates burst, concepts with multiple heads, or arms arms and legs, and so on and so forth. It was getting absurd. A part of me wanted to tell them to go away and find something else to create, but in the end I couldn't deny their passion. And here we are.
Clonk.
That was too close. Are you unharmed? Well now, if it isn't a pair of familiar faces.
Vanar, that we should meet you here.
And Emetsar demonstratively turns away. Heidelin.
As I mentioned earlier, the better part of the convocation holds that when we retire is when we return to the star. Well, she is not among said majority. Even after stepping down, she carries on with her work. Vanar is her name, and she is the previous Azem.
It has been a while, Hythlodaeus. You look well. Less so, Emmet Selk. I dare say the lines upon your brow have both deepened and doubled in number. A shame for one so young. You must make an effort to frown less often.
Easier said than done, thanks to your unruly successor.
How is she, if I may ask?
Incorrigible as ever. Rushed headlong into a volcano on the brink of eruption just the other day. I should be glad to share the tale in its entirety later, if you're so inclined.
That is one of the short stories for Endwalker.
Huh, you know I am. Now then, you are? I say, have you perchance come from the future? I do not believe we have ever met, yet I sense my magic upon you. Therefore, if I wove the enchantment, I could only have done so at a later point in time.
What manner of magic is this, if I may ask?
A traveler's ward, of course. It prevents the corruption of one's ether.
That does sound rather like the blessing of light.
I see you are not ignorant to its presence. And while there are many protective spells, the one you bear is unmistakably mine.
Hold on. From the future? That's absurd.
What is it? Are you unable to speak of the matter?
The reality to which you must return exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present.
So, your actions here will not change your history, but they may yet affect the course of ours. How very exciting. I'm quite fond of delving into the unknown, and there's naught more unknown than the future. Until a moment finally arrives, we cannot know for certain what will come to pass, regardless of our supposed foreknowledge, so you needn't worry for us. More importantly, that you should go to such great lengths as to travel unto the past bespeaks the gravity of your quest. Will you not reveal it to us? Mayhap we can be of aid to your cause.
If this is true, then you've been keeping quite the secret to yourself. As a representative of the Convocation, I will hear it all. Your identity, purpose, everything.
Why don't we move to a place more conducive to calm conversation? I've been working here for some days now at an old friend's behest. If it is agreeable, we may make use of my accommodation at Ep.42. We were meant to meet. I am certain of it. Else I wouldn't have marked you so clearly and sent you unto myself in the past. It's precisely the sort of mischief I would get up to, and quite inspired, if I do say so myself.
Well, that's good to know. The future. Our future. I'm definitely curious to hear more. And there I thought you were a harmless stray familiar. As far as I'm concerned, this nebulous talk of a future this and changing history that can wait. First, I mean to find out exactly who you are and what you hope to achieve here. My apologies, but before we move along, a colleague has tasked me with a matter which I'd rather not leave unresolved. It involves finding a certain concept engraved crystal and the quick-fingered Oreas, which made off with it. An oasis, you say? I think we might have seen the culprit before being distracted by that business with a shark. Would you like us to follow its ethereal trail? That would, of course, lead us to only the oasis. There's no guarantee that it hasn't dropped or stashed away the crystal you seek. Please, even that much would be enormously helpful. While you are hunting down the thief, I can follow behind and scour the forest floor just in case. Could I ask you to join the search? I would appreciate another pair of eyes to cover the land to the west of here. Many thanks. There's a small bridge leading to Point Noikos. Let us meet up there once we've exhausted our efforts. Yeah, Meteor mentioned that the oasis, the brigands, occasionally one off with crystals with concepts in them. These concepts crystals. A problem you present is vexing enough without adding the old asm into the equation. And she wonders why these lines upon my brow grow deeper when she herself hits the hammer and chisel. The asms, both mentor and students, are a force to be reckoned with. I find them a delight personally, but they have a habit of making Emmett Cell look as if we bit on a sour grape. Our last researcher returns, and I'm afraid the oasis no longer had the crystal, nor was I able to find it as I followed in its wake. I don't suppose you fared any better? The crystal, well done. Wonderful. Now I can focus on your tale without the missing concept nagging at my mind. Have you always had a knack for finding things? Traveling and searching go hand in hand. You travel often then? It seems we have something in common. Long ago, when I held the seat of Asm, I was forever trekking back and forth across the star in search of answers to people's problems. Naturally, the need for such journeys has lessened considerably since I entrusted the position to my whimsical successor. Yet I'm still eager to come running should an old acquaintance or a new interest require my personal attention. That's what brings me to Elpis, in fact. Many times has my presence been requested. My opinion sought concerning the habitats of this or that creation. Agreeing to help locate that missing crystal was a minor distraction, which now promises to become a major revelation. How strange and wonderful it is the way one thing leads to another. Wouldn't you agree? Okay, but I end this episode here, I think, and next time we reveal to them why we're here. I think. Possibly. Until next time then, I'm Ace, and don't get lost.